Hello, everyone. So excited to have Joel with us today. We are talking about imposter syndrome. I think it's something that a lot of successful leaders have faced. And so I'm curious if you can share a time when you felt like you didn't maybe quite belong and how you managed to work through that.
Yeah, so I'm by default a really confident person, and it actually takes a lot for me to really like feel out of my depth or like an imposter, but it does happen. That stuff kind of builds up. And so for me, it's those times where I feel like I've tried everything and like the plan's just not clicking into place, and especially like to be perfectly honest, as someone that markets to marketers, like it's a very difficult job. Marketers know all the tricks. And so like I can't use tricks. And so I'll just try to throw things at trying to, create new business or sell people on services. And those times when things just don't seem to click into place, I start to feel like I've done something wrong, or maybe I don't know what I'm doing despite, almost 2 decades of doing this work. So I think there's a couple of sides to dealing with imposter syndrome, and both start before you get to feeling like an imposter. So first, I think it's finding healthy ways to boost your own confidence in a crisis, and I've picked up some of these tips from other people. So like one that I've heard from, I think Seth Odell said he does this or something similar, but you keep a folder on your desktop or in your email inbox with wins that you can look back on, or maybe it's compliments people have paid you, or things that can remind you, in those moments of self-doubt that you really are capable of doing this stuff and doing this stuff well. So that's just like a little thing that you can do day to day. Second, and I think maybe the hardest, is opening up to other people. So it's finding a group of peers or colleagues that you can trust and have friendships with. And I think this is actually very easy in higher education because our marketing community, our web community within this industry is remarkable. Like everyone's kind, everyone wants to help, and there's just such a high quality of community that I think we've all fostered over the years. So if you can focus on those friendships before that crisis hits, you should be able to lean on them when you need it. Be vulnerable, and that is a hard thing to do, especially for those of us that are professionals and leaders, and we're supposed to be, up in front and putting on a good face, but it's been reinforced to me even just in the last couple of weeks that vulnerability, that ability to ask for help and have people that you can trust is extremely helpful, because I think imposter syndrome is the thing that creeps up when you're really just too much in your head and not getting out and talking to other people as well.
So I love that you talked about this idea of keeping this wins folder. I actually, about a month ago now, started a journal of wins that every day I write down 2 to 3 things that went really well that I'm proud of in the day, to that exact point, to help me focus on the positive, because I do think that plays a key part. And I also have a text message chain of CMOs that we all are, to your point, pretty vulnerable and honest of, I've sent the text a few times, today's the day I cried over X thing. It happens to all of us, but having that network of people that you can trust and be vulnerable with helps you to not get to that point of imposter syndrome that I think is really valuable. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And everyone, I hope this video has been helpful. We'll have another playlist out soon. Have a great day, everybody.